Hello. I thought I should do a recap of my June. As I have stated before, I did have quite a busy June. June 1st was the Chicago Spartan Super, which it ended up being a disaster. It was delayed by hours due to thunderstorms. And by the time I got out onto the course, I made it through about 1.5 to 2 miles before they pulled everybody off the course due to lightning and they canceled the event. So I got a race credit that I will be using actually on Saturday, which is 2 days from now, at the Fort Carson, Colorado Springs Super. So that'll be exciting. More on that later. But June 8th was the Ohio Beast, which was very, very wet, very, very muddy. And I got to see kind of what the ultra people went through, and I thought this would be good reconnaissance. Apparently it was somewhat wetter and muddier than usual, but I got to see kind of the worst case scenario, and it was terrifying. So naturally, a few weeks later, I did sign up. I pulled the trigger on it. I signed up for the 2020 Ohio Ultra. So I am going to have to worry about that for the next 10 months, because it'll be in mid-May. And let's see, June 22nd, I had the Minnesota Sprint, which went great. I only failed 2 obstacles, the spear throw and the rope climb. And the rope climb was kind of a weird one because my hands just had no grip. So if I had had gloves, I would have cleared it, and then I would have only had 1 failed obstacle. But that's okay. I've learned my lesson. I will be bringing gloves for the Colorado Super just in case. Let's see, June 30th was the Sturgis Falls Half Marathon, which I have done a bunch of times. It is always a very hot, kind of miserable experience, but it actually went really well. I felt really good during and after. I felt as though I was really well hydrated, like I trained really well, like my legs were pretty bulletproof. They're going to be a lot more bulletproof by the time I get to the Ultra Beast. So what I've been trying to do in the last couple of weeks is eat a lot cleaner, eating a lot of cherries. They're in season right now. Trying to kind of reduce inflammation in general, trying to recover well, trying to eat smaller portions, and trying to eat less crap. And I feel a lot better. I've dropped a few pounds already, because I know that one of the biggest things I'm going to need to do in the next 10 months is get down to an ultra race weight, which I suspect I'm around 168 right now. I suspect I will need to be between 150 and 155. So I need to be pretty skinny, pretty damn lean. I need to basically get rid of almost all of my extra scraps of body fat and maintain my muscle mass. So that's kind of what I'm going for with my current diet. I'm eating around 2,200 calories a day and working out a lot. And I have been focusing a lot in the last couple of weeks on hydration, because I hear that if you cannot train at altitude, which Fort Carson is going to be at 6,000 feet or so, the next best thing to do is just be really, really hydrated and train in heat and humidity, which the aforementioned Sturgis Falls Half Marathon certainly was a trial by fire with that. So I've been getting in good heat and humidity workouts. I've been just pounding the water, and this week I've been adding Gatorade Zero, so I'm really feeling like I'm really well hydrated. And I'm just kind of in the last couple of days, I'm doing a carbo load. Tomorrow I'm flying out to Denver and then getting a rental car, and that's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm hoping to kind of document how this weekend goes, because it's going to be a real test for me. There's a lot of unknown as far as how will my body handle the altitude. I've never exercised at altitude. I've been through the Rockies twice in my life, on the way out to Vegas and on the way back through Vegas. And I didn't really stop for too long and get out of the car. I mean, I felt fine when I was like in the car, and if I got out to go to the gas station or get some coffee or something, but I've never exercised at altitude, so this will be fun. It'll be a fun experiment. They finally released the map, and I'm looking at the map, and there's a couple of obstacles that I probably will fail. Just Twister for sure, fail that, and the spear throw, I will probably fail. There's a total of 7 potential fails. The aforementioned Twister and spear throw, and let's see, I'm looking, Olympus. Let's see, Twister, spear throw, Olympus, beater. I don't anticipate failing that, but you never do know. Rope climb. Again, I don't anticipate failing that, and I'm bringing gloves, but you never do know. Multi-rig. Potential fail. Even though if it's a super multi-rig, I can do all of those components, certainly in theory, if not in practice. And the monkey bars, which for some reason I always get nervous about monkey bars. I always get nervous that I'm going to fail monkey bars, even though I have never failed monkey bars. And I've done some crazy hard monkey bars on Spartan courses. They just always freak me out because I feel like I am very uncomfortable still hanging from my hands. I don't have a ton of confidence hanging from my hands. I don't know why this obstacle freaks me out so much. It freaks me out more than multi-rig, which I fail all the time, so I don't get it. But 7 potential fails, 2 nearly definite fails. So hopefully, I'm hoping to come away with only 5 fails or fewer, and I'm hoping to come away feeling good. I'm hoping I don't get altitude sickness. And really, those are my main goals. Have a good time out there, you know? Enjoy the scenery of Colorado Springs. I've never been to Colorado Springs, so this will be fun. And yeah, I'm going, it's the honor series, so it's going to be a different ribbon and different vibe. So I'm looking forward to it. Well, I'm in Denver, many hours later than we anticipated. It was like a 6.5 hour delay. So we're here. I'm on a moving walkway. I feel bionic. It's pretty awesome. Gotta get to Colorado Springs now and get some sleep. I made it to Hertz. I got to pick out whatever midsize I wanted. I saw this dope-ass white Toyota Corolla, and I thought, I gotta have it! California license plates. I can cosplay being douchebag. I am finally in my hotel room in Colorado Springs. Finally. Oh my god. Oh, you guys. So, what a kick in the balls this whole day it's been. My flight was delayed by about 6 hours. And then I had to get the rental car. Thank God my luggage wasn't lost. That would have been the absolute worst. Had to get the rental car. Then I had to figure out how to drive the rental car. And then I had to come all the way down to Colorado Springs, which is supposed to be a nice 70-minute drive. It ended up being almost 2 hours because there was traffic that was nearly at a standstill about 20 miles north of my hotel, and I just am so friggin' tired. And somehow my phone battery has lasted all day on this single charge from this morning, and I didn't have my charger with me at the airports, and oh my god, so I had to plug my phone in because it was at 5%, and it would not let me take this video. So this is what I am dealing with. I am so tired. I'm going to just unwind for an hour. I'm going to try and sleep in. Thankfully, my heat isn't until 11:15, so I'm going to try and sleep until like 7:30. That would be amazing if I could sleep until 7:30. And then just go get myself right. But yeah, I am just so glad to be here right now. The guy at the front desk said that there's so much going on in town that there are people waiting in the lobby hoping that registered guests wouldn't show up. But joke's on those bitches, because I checked in online yesterday. In the grand tradition of not being able to sleep in for old Claire, it's 5:46. I don't know if this is going to show up reversed because I'm in selfie mode. It is 5:46 in the morning. I've been awake for about 20 minutes. I just kind of laying here, been like, I should just get up, right? This is hopeless. But that's okay. I feel like I'm getting some sleep. I feel refreshed. So I'm going to have a couple breakfasts, as is my race tradition, and enjoy a lovely morning in Colorado Springs. So far I don't feel like crap from the altitude, so that's good. The view from my hotel room. We do not have hills like that in Iowa. We do have best westerns like that, though. So, got a leg up there. Preparation is the key to a successful day at a Spartan event, especially if you're doing it out of town and you don't really have access to your usual stuff. So I pack fastidiously. I make a list in advance, and then that gives me an opportunity to go back in and add things that I forgot. So just to show you what I pack for a Spartan race, and this is stuff that I take with me on race day. This is the stuff that is on my person. First of all, you need your race outfit. You gotta have... I like to wear cotton on race day. They always warn you not to wear cotton. I like a cotton blend because I like that it stays wet. I feel like that actually helps me stay cool, especially in a 90-degree environment like it's supposed to be today. So you got your outfit, you've got your socks, you need your race shoes. I brought the blue Solomons to match my tights. And you need your Camelback. Inside my Camelback, I made sure to bring my work gloves from Dollar Tree, just for the rope obstacles primarily. I want to make sure that I am able to grip them because I don't want to F around with that. In the main pocket, I have my fuel. They got a little bit smushed on the plane, but those are 4 Fig Newtons, 400 calories of Fig Newtons. I take in 100 calories an hour usually when I race, and these are just great. They have lots of fat and carbohydrates. They really help keep me going. I have my vial of electrolytes, and I also keep some chewable Pepto-Bismol in there because a lot of times you feel nauseous when you work out strenuously, especially in maybe altitude or in high heat or humidity. So I thought, bring the Pepto always. I have several Tums. Extra Strength for calcium carbonate is an electrolyte. It's a neglected electrolyte. People should use it more often. And a McDonald's salt packet that I got with a breakfast sandwich one time. It's a lot of these I end up giving away during the race to people who are cramping or who are otherwise struggling. So I like to make sure that I have more than enough with me so that I have extra to give away. So I've got my Camelback, I've got my fuel, I've got everything I need. And for the festival area, I bring this backpack. Nice bright pink, easy to spot. With that, I bring extra food. You need a breakfast right before you go out there. I bring my parking money, I bring my ID, my phone, all that stuff. I actually have a separate bag inside to keep anything like my phone that might potentially break if mishandled. So that's important. I bring my orthopedic sandals to change into afterward. The orthopedic sandals feel great for recovery, and they're easy enough for me to hose my feet off of, at least if my feet are terrible. And of course you need a washcloth. Usually I bring a towel, but I wanted to pack lighter this time, so I figured a washcloth would do, because I'm not going to change clothes at the event. I'm just going to get myself presentable and then get the hell in the rental car. So I might bring a towel from my hotel room to sit on in the car so that the Hertz people don't get mad. But you have to have a garbage bag. Now, if it is raining on race day, you need this to put your check bag in so that it doesn't get totally soaked, and then afterwards you can put your dirty clothes in it. But it's not going to rain today, so I'm just going to put my muddy shoes in and my washcloth in this for the drive back home, and then when I get back to drive back to the hotel, and then when I get to the hotel I can put my other muddy stuff in here, and then it will not ruin my suitcase on the trip back home. So that's what I pack for Spartan race, and that's what is most important to me in this moment. I will later on show a little bit of the prep that I go into right before I leave the hotel for the Spartan race itself. It's time for the last minute Spartan race preparation stuff. So I've got the most important things that need to go on. Sunscreen. Critical when it's sunny outside. Normally I also put on bug spray, but I didn't want to pack it, so no bug spray for me. That's the one bad thing about spray on sunscreen. And get in the most horrifying of places. And just in case, go on the ankles. Even though my socks should cover that. Alrighty. Super dope. Next, you gotta lube up. Trail toes is my preferred method, because I've tried all kinds of stuff on my feet. I also put it on my armpits. But I've tried all kinds of stuff on my feet, and let me tell you, it does not work. Like, nothing else I've used has worked the way Trail Toes has. You take it, you smear it all over. I smear it all over my toes and the ball of my foot. Because on a hot day, I find that the sweat that I have has so much salt in it that I need protection in more than just my toes. The sweat that I get is so tacky that I really need to have this stuff all over. I have never gotten a blister using this product. I've gotten blisters like 2 inches in diameter using pretty much every other product on the market. After I make sure I have all that, I make sure I have my watch and my sunglasses. Those are non-negotiable. Put on my shoes, and I'll be ready to race. I'm here. I'm ready to go. I got a 10 a.m. wristband, which is now a 15 earlier than I was supposed to, so I'm just up down a granola bar, and I'm going to go. Wow, what a day at the Super Fort Carson. My God, that took so much out of me. The elevation is sick. It's sick, and it's twisted, and this flatlander couldn't handle it. And you see, I went to the medical tent because I had 2 rips on each hand after the monkey bars. It's the last obstacle. It was my only fail of the day. Only fail. Monkey bars. Cleared the spear throw, cleared twister, first time ever, cleared Olympus. It was by objective standards an amazing race, if it hadn't taken me over 5 hours to finish it. But overall, extremely proud of myself. Holy shit, what a day. I need a shower. What an amazing day. I cannot believe how much fun I had, considering how hard it was. I can't believe how well I did. That was the hardest race I have ever done. The elevation, well, first of all, the elevation is 6,000 feet, and I am a sea level kind of gal. So this already kind of had me behind the 8 ball. So I knew I was just going to walk the whole thing, and I did. You know, I'm not out here trying to break any world records. So I walked the whole thing, up and down all these crazy steep hills, the kind of hills that you can't run down because they're too steep, and there's rocks and cactuses everywhere. It was nuts. I did put my hand on a cactus once and didn't make that mistake again. But I had to stop on a lot of the uphills. I had to stop and just sit and just recover because my heart rate was getting to like 180, in the 180s, and I wanted to get it down to like 160 before I proceeded. And it was tough to get back down. It was, my God, I am probably severely dehydrated. None of the water was cold, which was a real kick in the balls. I would have shanked a kitten for a cold beverage by the end, like anything cold. I told some people near me, I was like, I would drink cold urine. I don't care, as long as it's ice cold. But what really surprised me about today was that I was so dominant on obstacles. I've never had a race go so well obstacle-wise that was going so badly pace-wise. I didn't need a boost on things that I normally need a boost on. I didn't need a boost on Stairway to Sparta. I didn't need a boost on the 7 or 8 foot wall, whatever it was. I didn't need a boost onto the vertical cargo platform. I managed to do all of that by myself. The only thing I got a boost on was the box, and that was just frickin' impossible. And I helped other people, and they helped me, and it was just a love fest out there. It was just so much fun. And right after the box, it was around mile 5 or so, there was an aid station that had bananas, and everybody was just hanging out, having a banana luncheon, enjoying this rare Spartan treat. Like, we never get bananas in the middle of a race, and people were speculating, yeah, they're probably doing it for reliability reasons, because they want people to die from a lack of bananas, I suppose. But I made a million friends out there. I talked to so many people. It was just so much fun. Everyone was really helping each other out. I was handing out the stuff that I had. Other people were handing out the stuff that they had. I gave out 2 Pepto because people were just nauseous from the exertion. Even the Colorado natives were telling me how hard it was. It was over 90 degrees. It was extremely sunny. There wasn't any shade really to be found. Everywhere you saw scraps of shade, like on the uphills, if there was a little patch of shade, it would be full of Spartans resting. And I had to rest a lot on the uphills. I had to rest a lot in the bucket carry. I've never rested in the bucket carry, but I had to rest like 6 times. That's how crazy this race was. But, I mean, just obstacle after obstacle. I think my first big ego boost was Olympus. I got through it very quickly compared to my first time getting through it at the Ohio Beast. It was just dry as a bone. It was very easy to get through quickly. A lot of people were actually clearing it. I was very surprised. But then a little bit later on, I came upon Twister, and I did it. I did Twister. It was easy. It was only 2 sections. I've never come close to being able to do that. It was amazing. I didn't think I'd be able to get Twister this year. I really didn't. So I got Twister, and after that I just thought, oh my god, like, if lightning could come from the sky and strike me dead, I'd be fine. But more obstacles, like lots of grip obstacles in there. It's so hot, and I'm just at like the red line the whole time, and I'm just trying to bring myself down and just rest a lot. and I get on these obstacles that I see these like dudes who look like they're in great shape falling off left and right, and I'm clearing them. And clearing them pretty easily. Like, I got on beater, I cleared beater, I cleared the multi-rig, I cleared the spear throw. I hardly ever get the spear throw. I was sure that I would fail that one at the very least. I got on rope climb, and even though I was having trouble with my feet, I still cleared that, and I mean, I came down from some of these obstacles, and I just needed a couple of minutes to just calm myself down. Not only because my heart rate was crazy, but because I was just like, oh my god, like this might be like the race of my life. I feel so capable, despite how incredibly unfit I felt going up and down these hills. It was really a very emotional experience. I cleared Herc Hoist, which was tougher than usual. The very last obstacle, the monkey bars, I had been nervous for the monkey bars because I knew that being at the end, it was going to be all about overcoming fatigue. And at the end, what got me was just a slip off. Like, my hands just felt like they didn't have any friction whatsoever to hold on. But I told myself, like, going into the monkey bars, I'm like, there is literally no pressure because I've done so well this whole race. If I fail monkey bars, it's just like, of course I had to fail something. There was no pressure on myself to run a clean race, even though that's a huge milestone for a lot of Spartans. But I knew, I kind of knew in my brain I wasn't going to be a clean race. But my goal was to fail 5 or fewer obstacles, and I failed 1. That is such a huge deal to me, just on a personal level. It really shows that the work that I've put in has been just building towards something, and it gives me more confidence for the ultra, and to know that I'm getting better at these obstacles. And if I have 10 more months, Christ, like I could clear a 3-section twister. But yeah, it was kind of weird. It felt like the further along in the race I got, the better I felt, as far as, like, I felt acclimated. I still felt tired, but I felt like I was acclimating to the altitude at a pretty rapid rate, at least quicker than I was fatiguing. So that was really reassuring, at least, that I felt like I had enough to still be going at, like, nearly the 5-hour mark. It took me 5 hours and change, like 5:02 or something like that. I didn't really bother to pay much attention because I just wanted to finish it, and I did. And just, wow, the race of my life. So much fun, such a good challenge. The coda to my story. I just went and ordered a bunch of food at Old Chicago. I wolfed down these mozzarella sticks so quickly that I don't even know if I'm going to be able to eat this pizza. My God. Fit people problems. But I'm enjoying this milk. It is definitely not skim.